So if you remember that we did the complements, so this is basically our checksum. So when the transmitter will send the frames, it will send the checksum, and at the receiver end, this the frames which are received by the receiver, means the frame 1, 2, 3, 4, they will be added again, and then this checksum will be added with the final sum. So I assume that my frames are received by the receiver without any error. So in that case, let me copy it. So at the receiver, again, so because we are assuming that they are received without error, so the sum here will remain same. Again, if there's a carry in the last bit, then that carry is added to the first bit, or you can say the least significant bit, and then the sum is calculated again. Then the frame 3 will be added to the sum of these two, which is this, and the sum is this. If there's a carry, it will be added back again, and then the sum is this. So frame 4 is this, and the you can say the final sum of all the frames is this one. So I put it here. So the final sum of all the frames is this. So what we received as a checksum with these 4 frames will be added to this final sum. So it will be this. So now if you will add these, so you can see the what we need to do is that whatever our sum came, we need to add this with this, and then we will see what will be the answer. So if you see, if we are adding these two, it's 1, we are adding these two, then it's 1, we are adding these two, 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 or can say XOR sum, it's 1, these two 1, these two 1. So you can say the final sum is 4 times 1, so it's 8 times 1, this is the sum. When we will complement it, so the sum of, can say sum of addition of frames and sum of addition of frames and sum of addition of frames, sum of addition of frames and the checksum is equals to this. So then if we complement this, what will be the answer? Answer is all zeros. So if we are getting an answer after complementing the addition of frame and checksum, or basically you can say that if you are getting all ones, then also it means that we received the information without error. Or you can say after complementing, the answer is this. That means, this means that the frames are received without error. Now, for instance, Suppose I assume that I received one of the frames with an error. So let's say I introduce an error in this one, frame 4. So if I introduce an error in this, so let I received the frame 4, the remaining frames remain same, and I received the frame 4 like this. So when I will add this sum of first 3 frames with this, so it's with this the answer will be, this is 1, first bit is 1. When you are adding these two, it will be 1, then this will be 1, this will be 0. So it's 1, then 0, then again 1 due to this, then 0, 0 due to these two, then 1 is also 0, and then there will be a carry which goes here. So there are 3 ones basically in XOR. So it's basically you add 2 at a time, so its answer is 1 and 1 carry. And then here there's a carry, so it's 1 plus 1 is 0, and then there's an additional carry which needs to be added to the first one. So basically this carry, I'm just showing it in this form. We are not going to add this carry to this bit, we are going to add it to the last bit. So it will be plus 1 from the last bit. So when you will add this, it will be 1 and 1 0, then 1 carry goes on this one, and then it becomes 0, and then there's a carry which comes here. So 0 plus 1 is 1, or 0 XOR 1 is 1. So I can write it 0 1 0 0, and then it is 0 1 0 0, and then 1 1 1 1, 4 ones. Now we need to add this, so it's basically now final sum of all received frames. So we need to add checksum on with it. So the checksum is here. So I add checksum on it. So checksum is this. Now if you add these two, it's 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 0. Then 1 goes here. This is your check sum and then the sum. Sum is, or can say final sum. Final sum is this. So 1 and 1 is 0. So there is a 1 carry which goes here. So it is 1, 1. Then 1 and 1 is 0 again. There is a 0 again. 0 again due to these two. So these are done. So then there's a 1 which goes here. So it is 0 again. And then there's a 1 here. And then there's a 0. and then there's a 1 on these two, so there will be a 0 again, and there will be a carry. So now there's an additional bit, so we need to add it back here. So it will be plus 1, which will be added to the least significant bit. So when you will add it, it will be basically the answer will be your, the only last bit will change 1 and the remaining answer remain same if you add these. So you can see directly we are not getting what we are supposed to get. And the reason being is that we are supposed to get here all ones. So we are not receiving the signal without error. We are receiving now a signal with error. You may get answer like this, or it might be something, whatever the form it will be, but they all will not be one. So if you, when you are adding it and you are not getting all ones, then it means that received your received signals are with errors. So now the transmitter will request the receiver to send the information again. Thank you. I will upload more videos on error detection, which will be on the different topic. So this is for checksum only.